Greetings and welcome to Flesh Wound Horror Live. I hope you're not sick of us. I know you stuck in for the wrestling, but now we're here to deliver the horror. I'm Flesh Wound Dan. That's producer Todd.
Good evening.
And Mike Kruger.
Welcome to Primetime, bitch.
It's good to be back. Good to be back with you guys. Hopefully soon. It'll be all four of us back on Flesh Wound Horror Live, but Pug's still saving the world, doing what he does, and be back shortly. But very excited for the show. We got a good amount of diverse reviews tonight. What's up, Swaggy? What's up, Ghost? Ghost, I hope you watched the entire Squared Circle Society episode. What's up, Amanda? Anybody else that I missed? Swaggy? It is. It's a busy.
I gotta watch the bottom. I saw someone pop up and disappear.
Huh? Is it a sexual innuendo? I don't know.
No, I saw another person pop up in our fucking queue at the bottom. I'm keeping an eye out now.
Oh, okay. Did you drop the link out there on the dark web, Todd?
No, you know who it is. He already popped up once, but Kruger missed him. He's trying to say hello.
All right. You got to tease that, Todd.
Well, I
could
was
be
trying.
Somebody huge. Could be fucking. It could be the president, Todd. Tease it. Bring him in, Todd. Bring him in. But even better than the president, if that's who I think it is. But on that note, Kruger, you have some Terrifier news, I believe.
Yeah, it was just announced today that the Terrifier 3 release date got brought forward to October 11th now. So we're going to get it a little bit earlier. I'm assuming they're trying to cash in on as much money as possible in the month of October with it. So I think it's a great thing. Hoping that we get maybe an early screener of it like we did last year, though. Like, fingers fucking crossed. Because that was so awesome to be able to watch that before the reaction. Like, we were one of the fortunate few that got to see that shit and then watch it all organically happen. And we
definitely were the first one to get a review out, because we waited to the very precise second we were legitimately allowed to release it.
Yeah.
maybe 3 hours early, depending on your time zone, but whatever.
I'm glad that they are going earlier. I think that's the wise move, even though it's a Christmas movie. I know some people are already like, well, no, it's a Christmas movie. I'm like, yeah, but it's still a Terrifier movie first. So
yeah.
You can wait till it hits digital in December. Then probably you go. Stop your bitching.
There you go.
And I'm also excited. I forget what his name is, but the guy who made the Fiend mask, and he also did the work on the Black Phone, Tom Savini's kid. I guess he worked on Terrifier 3 because he put out a post thanking Damien Leone for inviting him on the set. So that's pretty exciting because he's awesome at fucking practical effects. So I'm glad to hear that that Damien Leone probably compiled a super team of effects people to work on this thing to get it out as fast as possible. Because they just finished shooting not that long ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like in the last maybe a little more than a month that they wrapped filming on that. So I know. I'm eager. Do you think they kill the kid in the beginning of that? That's what.
Oh, absolutely, dude.
I hope so. That's what everybody was freaking out about. So
I wonder if they'll test this one. That would be something. Oh, Kruger would be so bad.
I'd be very pissed off.
You'd drive out for that.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I can't wait. I mean, that's definitely my second most anticipated movie of the year.
What's
behind Alien Romulus? All fucking goddamn.
I will say this: I saw the trailer. I went and saw Alien in the theaters for the 40th anniversary release. Loved it. Looked great, like as always. It's a great film. But I was just sitting there when it was done. I was kind of like, it's just like the Terminator. The first two films are great. The rest are kind of like just there.
I disagree.
I know you do, because I know you like the.
I love Prometheus. I love fucking. I loved Alien Resurrection. So
I don't love any of them. Like I see, because I can say that about the Terminator sequel. Some of the later ones, like everyone hates, but I still like them. But I mean,
Yeah.
there's nothing there. It's like more adventures in those worlds versus like those first two films on both franchises. They're still perfect. I don't know, but this new one, I saw the trailer when we showed it, or when I saw the script. I was like, all right, this one it like feels like Alien, and then it had like a good 10-minute interview with the director, Abel
Fide.
and
Alvarez.
Fide Alvarez and fucking Alien, Ridley Scott.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I'm pretty.
Conversation. So
it looks like that he's definitely going more for the aesthetic of the first film, which is what has me excited. I think the first Alien just the best. It's the most scary. The alien becomes way less scary in Aliens. So
Aliens is an action movie. It's the same thing with Terminator. I mean, those series parallel so much. First one, horror film, no argument. Second one, tuck those elements, turn it into a big action film. And again, both great, just different.
Yeah.
So
did you guys see, just staying on Alien, it's gonna cost you, but the life-size xenomorph head?
Oh yeah, that neck has been putting. They've been selling that for a little bit now.
$400, I think, is the price tag. It's cool.
Dude, if I had the money, I would definitely get it. I would love a life-size xenomorph head in my house.
It's just
paying for.
Like, I want the whole thing.
Yeah, just a life-size xenomorph, fucking 7 foot.
Right? Dad's saving up for his Megan doll. We can save up for a xenomorph.
You can pay in for.
Yeah, still, I need fucking new wrestling gear. I have the same fucking wrestling gear from 2016.
But you can pay it for.
Paying for some wrestling gear too. I'm sure they.
Dan, aren't you trying to dig out of your paid for hole?
I've gotten mostly out of it.
I know. I'm like
today.
I'm just like I'm right there at the edge.
That's awesome, by the way, Ben. Ben gonna go see Twisters, which I'm looking forward to as well. They shot right near his parents' house. That's really cool. I often wonder, like, in that area, if it's like, I could live this, so I'm not gonna fuck around with it. Shout out Jess Graham, welcome. I don't know. I love disaster movies though, and it's gonna be hard to top Twister and that cast, but I'm excited anyways.
If Tornado could do it, so can Twister. I'm super. Speaking of natural disasters, they right now, and I do want to go this year. They have the what is it? The 60th anniversary. Well, it's the anniversary Universal Tram. They're doing a big anniversary thing, so they're like they've added some stuff. They actually stop and let you get out at the Bates Motel now, like because they have like photo op stuff. So I'm like, yeah. So you like literally get out of the Bates Motel. But not only that, I guess it's not a spoiler. It's you just have to go on YouTube. But Earthquake is back. Like they closed it like last year. And I guess it wasn't a real close; it was really a refurb. And like, because now they like make a big deal about, well, okay, this is where we used to house Earthquake till it closed, blah blah blah. Now it's a working film set. So when you roll in, it's like got the lights, like it's a film set and stuff. But you can, if you're smart, that set. And you pull in, and then it starts. I was like, fuck, I got to take the kid here to traumatize. I'm so mad they have that 3D Kong now instead.
But I love that 3D Kong though. It's pretty badass.
I get that, but you didn't.
No, dude. I've seen the other one. The other one was sick as fuck too.
You had the fucking plane crash, or the helicopter, the fire, and the big Kong. Again, it's practical versus And I do want to see what the new one is, but like the cool thing about the one in Florida is because it's an actual ride. At the very end, after you do all the screen bullshit, they have basically what was the Universal Hollywood Kong. Like they have a big Kong there at the very end. Like as you exit, and he does the same thing, and he's got the banana breath and everything. But yeah, so Earthquake's back. That's pretty cool. If you're a fan of the old school,
Jaws is gone, right?
I don't know if it's. Oh Jesus, you know what? I haven't heard that it was, but I watched.
I thought I heard it closed down.
I did the ride did it the Florida, but as far as I know, Jaws is still operation. But whatever, I'll look it up and we'll figure it out. It's just throwing it out there.
You got me eager to come down there. Have to decide when.
Well, I was going to talk to you about that off air.
Yeah, I was gonna say I know there's probably a couple different possibilities, and I don't know which one to go with.
There's 2 now, so we'll talk about that.
Yeah. I'd love another experience of the Freddy versus Nightmare at Camp Crystal Lake.
See,
that's still one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Me and Jason lagging and then like wandering into the actors' quarter. It's pretty funny. Just seeing like fucking like Freddy in like boxer shorts, like that way.
Yeah, that was good.
That was good. All right. So, well, Ghost is a pervert. He saw the sessions.
I don't know what that is.
Todd, you don't know what the sessions is?
No.
Really? No. Helen Hunt and John Hawkes. It's based on a real guy. I forget his name. He's like he's paralyzed, and she's like a sex therapist. So you get to see like a fully naked Helen Hunt, like basically having.
Is this new or old?
It's probably at least 10 years old.
Okay. Well, I just need to know if I'm seeing like Tarancer's Helen Hunt or like Mad About You Helen Hunt. This is like even later Helen Hunt. I'm good.
Well, I still like what I see, Tad. Don't judge it before you watch it, but good movie. Anyways, we also have some physical media news today. Figured we'd talk about it briefly. So not much specifically from Vinegar Syndrome, because we've got the sale later this month. But
was Riddle of Fire announced today? The Vinegar Syndrome pictures released, or was that one?
It was. Oh, no, it was announced today.
Okay, that was the only one I wasn't sure on.
Yes. But I think the big news coming out of this is that Shudder is now a partner label for Vinegar Syndrome. And they announced Brooklyn 45, which great movie. You can go back and check out our review of that. Also made the best of 2023 show, so check that out. But this is huge news for me because there's a lot of stuff that's been DVD only for Shudder. There's also some BDRs that they put out early on. I am really eager to see if they go back and put out something like Moloch, which would be one of my top ones.
I think you're going to be kind of disappointed because they're probably going to do what like Yellow Veil does and just put their bigger, newer ones out. And I mean, they haven't really gone.
It's possible.
I don't see them because I'm looking at the extras and it's no different than a regular, Shudder release through RLJ. So I don't know how big of a change is. This may not be as monumental as, let's see what they do. I feel like we're going to get some of the bigger ones and some of the newer ones. It's going to be more like the Shudder stuff we're seeing in theaters to get these deluxe packages with the slips. I don't think it's going to be as needle moving as you're hoping. Unfortunately, that's just,
I don't know if it's needle moving.
Well, here's the problem with being a partner label. You can only have X amount of releases a month from a part. You look at the partner labels. How many do they have? So this actually works against them trying to put out more titles. So honestly, you're going to see the same output. I mean, because are they going to want to pick a smaller, older title over a bigger, newer one? So basically, this means you're going to get Last Night with the Devil on from Vinegar Syndrome partner label.
I think Umbrella has Late Night with the Devil right now.
No, they have Late Night with the Devil in Australia.
Yeah.
Shudder has in the US. So, but my point being that I think that's what's going to happen. You're going to see stuff like that. So because you're getting those deluxe packages overseas from Umbrella like that. Now you're going to be getting a US one. And now people are going to. So I'd expect next month to be Late Night with the Devil. And now,
I'm sure.
But I think the biggest problem is the limiting of amount of titles they can put out, which is why most partner labels leave so they can go put out more than 1 or 2 titles a month.
Shudder might be perfectly at home with it though, because
that's what I'm saying. So that's why I don't want you to be like, oh shit, we're gonna get all these titles. I don't think.
No.
Like I think we're gonna get cooler editions.
Some stuff also belongs. You know what? There's some that originals for Shudder that I'm like, DVD is more than enough. But yeah, there's certain things I can see coming out through them. $69.99.
Slacks 3-disc with poster 109.
You might be if it comes with jeans,
like the
then you're
grease
really
packaging,
fucked.
like those old fucking remember those like
Yeah.
clothes packages. Bubba Hotep did one.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
I still have that.
Slacks would be a fun gimmick. You'd have to gimmick that.
But I mean, you get what I'm saying. I just don't want you to get like your hopes up, like you're gonna get all.
Oh no.
I mean, because you're literally limited by how many of the partner labels are allowed to put out.
There's only so many Shudder A-list titles, so you know what I mean. Like, there's certain things I'm not expecting that I even liked that I'm not expecting them to put on Blu-ray. But something like a Moloch, I think that would sell. Dan wants used jeans that still carry a stink. Depends whose jeans they are. It depends. Depends. I don't know. Denim. I don't know. We'll see. But what up, Brian Trash? How are you? What's up, Brent? Brent brings up a good point. That, hey folks, it's intermission time Blu-ray. Did you grab it, Todd? I don't know if it's sold out yet. It was down.
Yeah, but it's not out of print. It's just out of this printing.
Yeah, that's true. But you might have to wait a while.
Yeah, I know. We had this conversation yesterday. Like you're quoting what I said to you, Dan.
Off air though, Todd. I'm doing it for fine. Like, let's not let them in on our private conversations.
Are you telling me like I don't know?
Well, I know that, Todd. It's called pretending because they don't know that I know that you know.
You didn't call that spot, so you blew it.
Yeah, well, fuck you, Todd. But anyways,
today was the first release of read that down. I'm sorry.
Was Shudder always on Vinegar Syndrome, or was today the first release? Today was the first release from Shudder. I don't think. Yeah.
No, that definitely was the first.
Brooklyn 45 makes a lot of sense.
It's a good first one. Yeah.
Yeah. I meant to go back beforehand and look at stuff that I might really want. Moloch is like the number one. But
there's a re-release. Well, I didn't pick it up last time, so I might as well grab it while it's still cheap. The Amityville Curse. So
yeah, with the new slipcover, right?
Yeah. So if you missed it, yeah, there's a new. And actually, this one I think is a little cooler if you give a shit about the slipcovers.
People are already bitching
about the new one.
Yeah, it's like they go and put out another slipcover.
Oh no, they're bitching about the fact there's another slipcover, not the slipcover itself. Yeah, that's what they do, because it's about collecting for them. Some of us it's about the movies, but whatever.
Yeah,
I don't give a shit. Houseboat Horror Umbrella.
I have the previous release, so I didn't grab it. But
and see, that's the thing with the Umbrella ones too, because you're like, I did the same thing with Undead because I already had the other Umbrella one. So this I didn't, so I am gonna definitely grab it.
I grabbed that before they were even a partner label. Houseboat Horrors is actually a lot of fun. It's very distinctly Australian, and it's fun.
And it wouldn't be another month without a new Chad Farron partner label release. The old ones is now on pre-order.
Yeah.
Also another one. This one I'm interested in. Did you see the one from ETR Media? It's another one of those Slopes game rooms. But this one is all about cult movie shows and classic comics. So it's all like the video games based off of like there's a Friday the 13th, Saw, Evil Dead, Mask, Howard the Duck. But it's just like all like stuff that is like from that and like video game related. So it's like a history of the games with movie games. Aren't all bad.
It's a YouTube channel, I believe, right?
It sounds cool. I may have to check some of those YouTube videos out to see if it's something I'll watch more than once.
I did not grab it.
I didn't grab the first one, but this one interests me because it is with the genre. So
yeah.
Well, when Evil Lurks 23 get a VS release, I can probably guarantee it will now.
Well, they did just literally a month ago put out the Blu-ray. So now would I upgrade on that? I'll be honest, yes, just because I love that movie that much. If they do something big with it, but
and then Dan can bitch about the new slip.
There you go.
It could be bad timing for that one. I don't know. It's gonna be tough for some people when there is a $15 max Blu-ray out there that you can buy. But
well, see, that's the thing with these partner labels. That's not who they're aimed for.
No, that's true. That's true. But I did grab Without Name from Yellow Veil Pictures. I know that features Niamh Algar, who went on to do Censor. She was amazing in that film. I think it's like a 2016 film, so that predates Raised by Wolves, which I still think is fucking crime that they canceled that. It was a wonderful sci-fi show.
I gotta go cancel my order because she's in it. Fuck that.
Fuck you, Todd.
I'm just
what else did I get? I got that, and I got Old Ones, of course. Game of Pleasure, which I do not remember very well. But I did grab that from VHS Hit Fest and Brooklyn 45. I believe that's it. I didn't. And hey, folks, it's intermission time. I did want to grab that before it sold out. So temporarily sold out.
All right.
Yeah.
I think that covers them all.
That covers the physical media news. Without further ado. Ben, don't they have a new book about killing kids on screen? They do. I was tempted, but I was just like, there's not right now.
I want that.
Oh, wait, who has this book?
Vinegar Syndrome under the book section.
Oh, I haven't looked at the book section.
Yeah, there were a few new things
in the merch. Oh, okay.
Merch, yeah. It'll let you pull it all up.
The Age of Cage, 4 Decades of Hollywood.
Yeah, there is a Nick Cage book.
Hell yeah.
Another one I might get down the line. I was trying to keep my orders low because we've only got end of May. We got the big sale, so
I know I missed the Vinegar Syndrome rolling papers. I would have ordered a pack.
Yeah. All right. So without further ado, we'll get into our first film of the evening, which is going to be a solo review. I know you guys didn't get the chance to go out and see it, but there's a new Indonesian horror film playing in theaters right now that's being distributed by Lionsgate from director Kimo Stamboel, who is part of the Mo Brothers with Timo Janto, who, of course, famous for making Macabre, and Timo, of course, did Safe Haven and some of the best segments in the VHS franchise. So I'll talk a little bit about this movie in just a second. I'll give you the basic synopsis. It is Dancing Village, The Curse Begins. A mysterious presence called Badaruai, or I'm going to try and do that better, Badaruai, terrorizes the citizens of a remote Indonesian village, and a group of students who are doing community service run afoul of the infamous snake demon. So Dancing Village, The Curse Begins is actually a prequel to the highest grossing Indonesian film of all time. Do my best to pronounce it, KKN di Desa Penari, which this also gets a little bit confusing if you've looked into this movie. That was later re-edited for an extended, their equivalent of an R-rated cut called KKN di Desa Penar Lui Doo Louis Medeni. I'm going to say I nailed it. And that's like an extended cut that's a little bit different. This was a huge hit in Indonesia. I could be mistaken, but I think you can watch that on Netflix. But this film is a prequel to that. It takes place in 1980, and we get this group that is going to this remote village in the East Java section of the country, which it's based on some actual folklore from the country that does exist in this region. And so I'm a big fan of Indonesian cinema. I know Kruger is as well. Some of the more extreme Indonesian horror out there, which we might have one next week, actually, I think. But this is not extreme horror. I got to get that out of the way. Not all Indonesian horror is of the extreme hardcore variety. This is one that I'd probably recommend to a more broad American audience if it had delivered the fear factor just a little bit more. It has a great village setting, and I think pretty much all practical effects. If you're afraid of snakes, there's some bits with snakes in a pool that I thought was really effective. The moods there, it definitely draws you into this world and this story, and I always talk about it. I'm a broken record. Mood to me is one of the most important things. And I was definitely invested in this. I wouldn't say like it's the best cherry buster again for Indonesian cinema, for something that really wows you. Now, I will confess it's a prequel. I did not see the original film as of yet. I didn't have time to rectify that before the show. There are some callbacks that are pretty obvious. I know the actress Alia Sarah, who plays the Badarawi. She's played the same role. Beautiful, really captivating. I thought she was just amazing in this. I can't wait to see more. I just love the slow building dread of this film. It's Indonesian folk horror. I love my folk horror. And Kimo Stamboel, if you're unfamiliar with him, there's kind of a trio of Indonesian directors. Timo Jahanto, who I mentioned before, I think he's the one that most people are familiar with through the VHS franchise, but also Jocko Anwar. These three guys are doing amazing things. Timo and Kimo were part of the Mo brothers that did Macabre back in, I think, 2009. I think that one was kind of a game changer as far as making Western audiences take a look at Indonesian horror cinema. It's a great film that I recommend to everybody. This one, I really enjoyed it. I would say, unless you have A-List or something, it'll probably be on Netflix. That seems to be where these are going. So maybe you can sit down, do what I wasn't able to do, watch the prequel first. I know the extended version of that is a bit longer, by like half an hour or so. Check that out.
Wasn't this the prequel?
This is the prequel. I'm sorry. The original. My bad. I would watch that first because it came out first. There didn't seem to be anything. I think there's probably more info because in this one, it's a Bengal necklace that was stolen, and this snake demon is trying to get it back. And I felt like there were a few moments there where I was like, I think they're alluding to something more from the previous episode, from the previous movie. But I really dug the mood. I really dug the feel of this film. And once again, practical effects, real snakes. That stuff really works. And I did enjoy this quite a bit. Not a classic, but it is really, really good stuff. I give it a 3.5. Check it out. Let me know what you think. If anybody got to see the original yet, let me know what you think about that as well, because that'll be a watch very shortly. So yeah, 3.5. It hopefully will be in theaters for another week or so. But if you want to see it, I recommend you get to it as soon as possible. Todd, I think you might like this one. I know you're not a folk horror guy, but you might enjoy this one.
All right.
All right, Dancing Village. So up next, we have Blackout from writer-director Larry Fessenden. And this is a werewolf story. Very much looking forward to this. I've been a Larry Fessenden fan for many, many years now. I guess Habit, his vampire film, would have been the first film I saw, I believe, from him. And I always get excited. I have some I enjoy more than others, but Last Winter. I mean, even his acting, like Jacob's wife, like just such a talented guy. So Blackout. A fine arts painter is convinced that he is a werewolf wreaking havoc on a small American town under the full moon. So basic synopsis, but more or less covers it. This guy who, Todd, you may or may not noticed. Did you catch his name's Alex Hurt, the actor? Did you catch when they were doing that segment where they were showing pictures of he and his father? I didn't know the actor name when I was watching it, and I saw it. Yeah, I was able to put two and two together. But I'm looking and I was like, are those pictures of William Hurt? Because he is William Hurt's son. And I was like, they're like showing these. I'm like, did they just like fucking like put him in, just insert William Hurt into the movie because he's dead and he can't sue him? But no, it is actually, I think
that makes way more sense. Yeah, well, I mean,
me up.
he gets to play his pops postmortem.
Yeah, that's true. I thought that was cool. I mean, he actually kind of looks like him too. So, but yeah, I was like, oh, they're stealing. They're fucking over William Hurt. So okay, so this is werewolf story. Obviously, being Larry Fessenden, there's tied around social messaging. His love for classic werewolf films definitely shines through. It's a simple, practical werewolf design. I liked it. There's no hardcore transformation scene. It's not, American Werewolf in London. But I've talked about that before. That's not how all werewolf movies are. I don't judge it because there's not some, horrific transformation scene. I did like the look of this werewolf. This movie, I enjoyed it, but it is a little too slow burn and more arty at times for its own good for what it is. A lot of the ideas that they throw out there as far as the environment, how immigrants are treated and everything, it's not really, they don't really develop that well enough. It's just something he's kind of throwing in there. And the deeper commentary, it just doesn't come together, in my opinion. There's some really long extended takes in this where I felt like they could have maybe trimmed a little bit. I like a slow burn. There were times here where I felt we were just kind of dicking around and we could have just gotten to it. I love the cast. Marshall Bell plays Hammond, who
always good to see him.
Always good to see Marshall Bell. Hamlet 2 hit the best sequel that he was in. The best sequel that's not a sequel that he was in.
I was going to say, how could you say that when the man is in A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2? And his most famous film role.
Yes. I just wanted to imagine it's the same guy and he didn't die.
You don't know how hard I popped when he showed up at the Oscars with his wife. I was just like, I don't care if he's got an alien in his stomach or he's whipping dudes getting whipped with a towel.
Yeah. He's just in assless chaps. The whole movie is an homage. We also get Barbara Crampton, who plays another MILF in this, although she doesn't have much of a role.
I was going to say that's not really an acting. That's
she just says
she is.
Yeah, but she's she's macking on the younger guy in this. We get James LaGrosse, who always been a big fan.
Yeah.
Some other Larry Fessenden staples in here as well. This is one of these movies that I really wanted to like it more, and I enjoyed it, but Larry Fessenden, again, I think expectations are higher, and this just didn't quite get there. Like I said, the environmental stuff doesn't really go anywhere. The immigrant character that was being taken advantage of, it's just like, okay, I get it, but what are we doing here with the character? That doesn't really go anywhere. There's some moments of decent gore. There's some nudity in this, which is always appreciated. Like I said, there's some shots straight out of classic werewolf cinema. You can tell that Larry's a big fan. But this is a lesser film for this director. What did you think, Ted?
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on this. I was excited for this one. I had Brian Trash says Brooklyn 45 with Slip is already sold out. Not surprising.
That's good to hear. I mean, not good if you didn't get it, but good to hear it.
Yeah, I distracted myself with that. No, Blackout. I really did. I enjoyed it, but I know I think it was Ben said it was too talky. I kind of get that with Dan mentioning on some of the stuff that they just let lie. I kind of attributed that to trying to be like an old school, where things were a bit more talky then. It's kind of because I mean, the Wolfman's not the most action packed film. I mean, it is a lot of talking. So I didn't know if they were going for that, but either way, it didn't really work for me because I felt like it should have been tightened up and a little bit paced a little better. But I didn't dislike it. Just for me, it feels like it's just kind of a one-time watch.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still gonna pick it up because even a decent werewolf movie is worth it. I'm really looking forward to the new Wolfman. Might be sorely disappointed, but I'm going to go in hoping for the best. And, there's enough here to satisfy you. There is also a mid-credit scene, just FYI, for anybody that does go and watch this. They could have sold, I think, the love interest a little bit more. I mean, our lead character is an actual artist, so it kind of makes sense that at times this leans more artistic, but I don't think it gels well with sort of the B movie monster movie that they're trying to tell that story, parallel to all of the social commentary. I'm a 2.5. I did enjoy it, but I really expected more from this director. So there we go.
I still think it's a good film. I got to put it at 3. To me, it's above average. It just didn't really deliver what I wanted. So, I mean, filmmaking wise alone, it's above average. So there's no way I can do any less. So there we go. 3.
Solid watch if you want a werewolf film. We don't get too many that are even watchable. So, yeah. All right. So up next, and I know. Kruger, you did get to see this one. We have Infested, which is a Shudder original, which is streaming now, and it's a French creature feature directed by Sebastian Vanacek in his feature film debut, and this features residents of a rundown French apartment building battle against an army of deadly, rapidly reproducing spiders. So, Kruger, what did you think? It's been a good year for killer spiders.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't really like Sting that much. I saw that a few weeks after you guys did. And for whatever I don't know, I just didn't really care for the characters, and I was expecting a little bit more in the gore department. But with this movie, I absolutely love this. I had been looking forward to it because I heard it like very high praise when it made its film festival debut, like probably mid last year. So yeah, and also the director of this movie, because that did so well in that film festival, he landed the role for the directing the new Evil Dead movie. So
Nice.
again, very, very exciting stuff. And yeah, this movie was awesome. These spiders are really cool. They kind of almost feel like face huggers at times because, you know, they're like trying to impregnate inside the person. And it just did a really good job of making you like all the characters. Like, I felt for everybody. I really enjoyed like the main character, especially, and like his awkwardness and like how obsessed he is with these bugs and how that, you know, comes back to bite him in the ass. Lots of like real spiders too, which I was surprised. There is some CGI in this, but there's a ton of practical spiders in this movie as well, which I was really, really, really thrilled with. And this is just a fucking really good time. It's a solid ass creature feature. It, you know, basically has all these people locked up in an apartment building, kind of similar to what happened in the Evil Dead Rise. So I can see the comparison of thinking this guy's going to knock it out of the park for an Evil Dead movie, because thought he knocked it out of the park for this, and this is a hell of a debut.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a very different tone from Sting. And I think this one also has a little bit more going on, you know, with what, you know, spiders representing the undesirables that inhabit the apartment building and French society. I think this does a better job with that than Blackout did, but even with all of that, it's still a killer spider movie, and it delivers. There's no like overly elaborate spider mayhem as far as, you know, giant spiders ripping people in half or heavy CG. They kept it a little bit more, I don't want to say grounded to reality, but I guess that's kind of what I mean versus other killer spider movies. I think it worked for it. This one delivers the scares. I thought some of the scenes, sometimes all you need is just like a bunch of these fucking things all over the place and you have nowhere to go. You know, make it really claustrophobic. I think this delivered that. And yeah, I appreciated the, you know, the sequence where we're kind of going through the spider lair and everything. I thought that was very suspenseful. I don't have an intense fear of spiders or anything, but if you do, this one will probably fuck with you more than Sting. I would say, being, you know, more grounded in real world frights. I thought the lead was really likable. Theo Christine, who played Caleb, I thought he felt real. You really sympathized with him trying to, you know, take care of his family after the mom passed and everything. I really enjoyed everybody in this movie. I can see why he got this Evil Dead job. Or I'm really looking forward to that film. And it takes its time to establish the characters, but the final act is action-packed to the max. Really cool shit going down left and right. We get the SWAT coming in there. We've got some of the survivors of the apartment building. It's just total mayhem. And I thought, I can see, I'm like, wow, okay, so this guy's gonna have a little bit more of a budget for Evil Dead. I'm curious what he's gonna be able to do. And yeah, we're spoiled, killer spider fans. I did like Sting a lot, but we got two good ones this year. Now we just need Mike Mendez, badass Spider 2. What did you think, Tad?
Well, shocker. My type of spider movie is definitely the tone is more for me in Sting. Well, but that's just an easy watch. This is a little bit more, you know, it's a little more serious. I did really like this one, but since we're all comparing the two, I'm giving Sting the slight advantage for me. That one feels like I'll watch it a little bit more. But yeah, I thought this one was good. I liked the spider stuff. Yeah, I don't really have any complaints. I thought it was a solid movie. I mean, the tone, it's like I said, that's my only thing. I think if I wouldn't have had Sting so close by, I probably would have liked this one a lot more. But and It did remind me of Evil Dead Rises, which probably didn't help it. I need to rewatch that. Maybe I'll turn on that one.
I love that fucking movie.
I know. I don't know.
I enjoy it too. It's my least favorite of the Evil Deads, but I still think it's a pretty solid movie.
I'd still put it over Army.
Well,
Ooh,
that's a tone thing, though, too. See, I get it. So it is. But
you want eight-legged freaks too, is what Ben said.
That's a little too good.
That would be. I love that fucking movie.
I do too. But I think that's I like
the spider that pops out of the ground grabs the fucking bikers. That shit is awesome.
You give me Carrie Werner back, I'm totally down for eight-legged freaks too. Seems like an easy direct-to-video thing to mine. You know, you can get back.
I'm surprised fucking like Sci-Fi didn't try to put out a direct-to-video sequel.
Yeah, no. I think it's a solid little movie. I can see, much like Dennis Miller and Bordello of Blood, if David Arquette's not your thing, that movie can be an issue.
I wish, we would have kept the original title, but it was too close, too soon. It was originally titled Iraq Attack. And then a few months before, the trailers were already starting to come out, and then 9/11 happened, and they decided maybe a good time to change that name.
You remember who the daughter was in that off the top of your head?
In Iraq Attack? Oh yeah, it's someone who's like surprisingly
Scarlett
famous.
Johansson.
Thank you, Scarlett Johansson.
Yes.
I couldn't remember which one it was. I knew it was somebody who got super famous.
Kari Werner's daughter in that film, yes. So wait, we didn't rate this yet, did we?
No, we did not. So let's do that. Kruger, what do you give it?
I'm a 3.5 out of 5, and maybe some room to grow.
Nice. I am also 3.5 out of 5. It's well above average. I like the characters, and yeah, I will definitely pick this up again. Maybe through Vinegar Syndrome now.
My gut says this is going to be one of the cheaper ones.
You really think so? No, I think this one's a little. This is a.
If you're fighting for one slot a month,
you really think it's only going to be one? I feel like you could get 2 or 3.
Look at the Vinegar. No. The only people that let do more than one release, I think, is
Yellow Veil. Saturn's Core absolutely has more than one a month.
Okay, it might be 2, but yeah, the releasing schedule is something like that's why everyone leaves.
Yeah.
And there's only there's exceptions. I think the one I'm thinking of is Something Weird, or one of the exceptions.
Agfa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
American Film. Yeah. Well, those are 2 separate companies.
Yeah, Shudder Ghost has quite a few originals. Now, again, there's some obviously.
There's enough. They'll be on slow months. They'll be able to hit back stuff, but
they're slower than they used to be.
But there's a lot of big. But see, all their good ones are getting sent to theatrical releases. You can't just do those. And those are going to be the ones that you're going to be getting. Like, what do we see? Like 3 Shudders this week? I mean, there's more theatrical ones.
Yeah, we've been watching a lot.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, the theatrical ones numbers are up, while the ones on the streaming are down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're getting less new movies. And then by the time the ones that are hit theaters hit there, we've already seen them, so we're not as excited. I don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I think. No, they could not put out 36 a year. They don't let people. No one does 3 movies a month from them.
Well, we will know for sure.
Yeah, Ben's right. Mad God definitely getting a release. Yeah, I see. That's what. But right now, there's a lot of big titles. So let's see what they hit next. My gut says next month has to be.
Yeah, Mad God has had 2 releases though. I think it had a Steelbook and a normal Blu-ray. So
that doesn't count. They're the same disc.
Yeah. Mad God, there's a lot of potential for extras too, so I would not be
give
shocked.
it a year or 2.
All right.
Daily Ghost wants slacks. Give me slacks or give me death.
I would definitely buy slacks. That was another DVD only, and
it was.
I would pick it up.
I don't even remember. Which is what I'm thinking of.
Usually Walmart gets most of them on DVD. But yeah, and some are coming out way later. Like Perpetrator was one that just came out, and that aired on Shudder a good long while ago. So you never know with them. All right. So we got a very highly anticipated movie coming up next from director Caitlin Cronenberg, of course, David Cronenberg's daughter. And it is Humane. So Humane. In the wake of an environmental collapse that is forcing humanity to shed 20% of its population, a family dinner erupts into chaos when a father's plan to enlist in the government's new euthanasia program goes horribly awry. All right. So bear with me. I've still got allergies, guys, if I am drinking more than usual on stream. So David Cronenberg is David Cronenberg. I've talked about it. One of a handful of people. One of the main reasons I'm not only a horror fan but a film fan. That gentleman is close to God tier for me. And along comes Brandon Cronenberg, and obviously he's still got a lot of movies to make, but so far doing some really awesome stuff. Caitlin Cronenberg, big shoes to fill. I was really curious if she was going to be up to the challenge. Humane. The cast was very interesting. Jay Baruchel, who for some reason is in a lot of Canadian movies right now.
He's Canadian.
Well, yes, but he came to Hollywood, Todd. Usually you just forget about Canada and you're just a big
star. You know why? Because they could use him, and it doesn't.
How many fucking Canadian productions is Ryan Reynolds in, Todd? Not a one.
But the difference is because they're not
thankfully.
Thinking like, who can we get that's Canadian so we don't have to waste it, like an actual Canadian actor? Who can we get from America?
Are you questioning Jay Baruchel's Canadian?
I'm saying he's no. But they get their Canadian credit with a Canadian actor that's known to Americans. They're not going to be able to afford Ryan Reynolds.
Well, of course.
Canadian tax credits or not, Dan.
Jay Baruchel is still a name. You just should have just taken your glove off, slapped him in the face, and said, "You are not worthy of the maple leaf, you piece of shit." That's just what you did, Tad.
All right, Dan. We're not having a war with Bret Hart anymore. Calm down.
Jay Baruchel is going to listen to this episode, and he's going to just fall into a deep depression. You're going to Hannibal Jay Baruchel.
I've clearly stated I am a fan of Jay Baruchel. I actually just ended up watching a double feature because I watched him with something else for Farce the same day.
Well, good. Talented guy. But anyways, back to the film. So I was really curious if this was going to be a three-peat because what a talented family.
This is true. Jay said he hates Hollywood, and this is the end. He does. I believe it's when they're on their way to Carl's Jr. because In-N-Out did not want to give up their
just
branding.
Shooting in Toronto from now on. All right. So great cast. Emily Hampshire, big fan of hers. Peter Gallagher plays the dad who invites them to this meal, announces that he's going to sign up for this program. I like the storyline. I think it's an interesting storyline, but I gotta say, apple tree, not with Caitlin so far.
See, I'm the exact opposite. I think I love the fact she didn't try to do anything like her father. She's doing what she wants to do. It's going to suck for her because of her name. And I love the movie she made. I thought concept, it's like a Twilight Zone type movie. I mean,
it feels like a lesser Twilight Zone or Black Mirror episode. That's what I was going to say. That's in my notes.
Well, see, I don't have lesser down, but it gave me that. It also, it reminded me a bit of The Oath, just kind of a little bit more extreme.
The Oath is such a good movie.
Well, that's more of a it's a different movie, but it had that like vibe, that like idea of similar. Yeah.
But best movie Tiffany Haddish ever made, and nobody's heard of it.
I agree. I watch it every Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
and both the brothers, I can't think of their names right now. Yeah, I did really like this one. I was kind of surprised. I didn't know. I think the fact that it wasn't just you're trying to be your dad. I think,
yeah, I wasn't expecting a hardcore body horror type scenario, and a lot will. That's not why I'm, it's not like I wanted a David or Brandon Cronenberg style movie. It really isn't. But I just felt like they set up this really interesting world, and it's kind of like I'd compare it to The Purge, where it's like what
Ben thought The Oath too.
Yeah, Oath's a great movie. Like with the first Purge, where I'm like, man, this is so fucking interesting what's going on the outside. This other movie is fine, but that's kind of how I felt about this. I also felt there's a turn with the characters later on that to me made no sense. A lot of, I mean, pretty much everybody in this is unlikable. They're all basically pieces of shit. So when this turn happens later, I'm like, they wouldn't do that at this point, not based on what we've seen before.
Survival's a funny thing. They'll do what they need to do.
But that's the point, though. It would have been an easier option to do the other thing. A lot easier, and it's just like, why are all of a sudden are we having this shift? It didn't add up to me. I did enjoy seeing Enrico Colantoni as Bob, who is the head of this enforcement group that comes in and does the euthanasia. I was a big Just Shoot Me guy back when I still watched sitcoms, and he's also hilarious in Galaxy Quest. But I enjoyed him. I felt like could have been maybe a little bit more of a turn at a point with him, a little more sinister. I thought the collector guy stole the show. Yes, he did. That's another issue. Again, it's like I don't really like anybody here. They're all despicable. I don't care about them. They're not interesting. It's just
that was the fun part of it for me. Maybe it's just I get to watch a bunch of fucking white people die over fucking dumb white people politics. I was having a good time watching these stupid fucks. So,
well, there you go. But there's nothing special about this. I do think a really good premise is squandered, and there's a lot of subplots too. Like I would have liked to have seen a little bit more, but
Ben says the end sucked for me, almost ruined the movie. See, I get that. The ending I wasn't a fan of, but I liked the ride. I had a good time on it. I mean, to me, sometimes you gotta fucking overlook fucking some shit like that. That's just
They might have been able to lean into the comedy more, to be honest. Go more for a dark comedy vibe all the way through.
I think they would have been better off if they did that. But and this is her first film, though, correct?
Yes, first feature film. Yeah.
So I mean, for what she did, I get it. There's some scripting issues. Did she also write the script?
No, she didn't write it. I do believe it was a different writer.
Okay.
So,
So yeah, on that, so she directed. Like I can't say anything bad directorial. I mean, for a directorial debut, I think she did great. Not and she probably picked the script because it wasn't like her father's. But I'm curious to see what else she does. So
there's there were script issues, and I'm not saying she might fucking knock it out of the park with the next movie. It's just out of the gate, she's not delivering something like an antiviral like Brandon did.
This is when you gotta pull a Nicolas Cage and drop the name, because otherwise you're gonna be David Sammartino.
Oh, deep cut, Todd, but that could be true. There's just a lot of story threads that didn't go anywhere for me. I like the idea of it because, quite frankly, like something like this could become a reality. So I just wanted to spend more time in the outer world. It didn't engage me like I was hoping it would, but I liked aspects of it. Also, Bob's character, there was something towards the end that he really, you don't have to make good on that. Why would you?
Maybe he wanted to. He was kind of a dick psychopath.
I don't know. But
right. See, thank you, Daily Ghost. He says, let's see her direct her own script.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of where I'm at right now. Like,
I'm not
on the
I'm not
directing
done with
side,
her.
yeah, there's nothing.
It's got to be a pretty awful position to be in because Brandon's already built up his own big fan base on his own. I mean, he's a similar filmmaker to his dad, absolutely. But
Depopulation event, just like Alec Jones. See, the first thing, they would just off all the criminals in jail. I mean, why are we even pretending that wouldn't have been the first thing? It'd be them, then the homeless, then them.
It would be the superpowers more or less having an agreement, and it's like, do we really need like these small countries? That's how I would see it going. But like I said, I love dystopian type stuff. This wasn't funny enough. It wasn't thrilling enough. I like bits of it, but overall I was disappointed.
All right, well, what do you give it? Would you like me to go first?
I'm a 2.5 because I do think the premise is strong. That's obviously very disappointing for what I was hoping from this cast, and unfairly again, but the Cronenberg name, whether you like it or not. Go for it, Tad.
Oh, I'm a 3. I thought it was above average. I did enjoy it.
Okay.
I'd watch it again, but
not too far off.
And Ben says, how many directors do their own script? Like, we only judge directors who do their own scripts? No, but I mean, in this case, I mean, it's her first film. I mean, we're judging her directing on her directing, but as her filmmaking, for to do it all.
Yeah,
to write and direct. I mean,
oh, absolutely.
She may never write. I mean, she may just want to direct, which is totally fine.
Absolutely.
I know.
And we do get
that's like having a ghostwriter, though.
We do get The Shroud from David Cronenberg. I believe that's still later this year. So we'll have more Cronenberg coming there. When I watched it too, I actually felt really bad because I could see myself in that position where it's like, it's not like you just dropped a bomb, but she has to know this isn't as good as even the weakest David Cronenberg film. And it is what it is. But yeah, Humane, check it out. I'm sure people have a lot of opinions on this one. So as always, drop your thoughts in the comments. We like reading that. So we got one more. Film.
Yes. I think it'll be a long one.
And Chucky as well. So, all right. So our next film, another Tubi original. Let's see if
can we go 2 for 2?
Strike again. All right. So this film is called This Never Happened from director-writer Ted Campbell. For a group of childhood friends with a dark secret, a weekend together turns deadly when one of them becomes possessed by a vengeful spirit intent on revenge. So yeah. Todd, just curious, what did you think of This Never Happened?
I don't want to say I went in with my expectations higher than I did because of the last one. I didn't. I was okay with it. I didn't really love it. Like, I'm having a hard time remembering certain details right now. I just thought it was okay.
I thought it was better than okay, actually. Okay. It's nothing that you haven't seen before, but it's quality-wise, I do feel like it's an uptick.
It's not. We're not back to Terror Train level. I will say that. Yes.
No, thank God.
No, I think I didn't connect with the story, but I thought like production-wise, it's still a step up. But I went in there, checked with my, the actual film.
Yeah. So one thing that helped me with this is the girlfriend character, Emily, Maria Jose de la Cruz, who I thought was just fucking adorable. I really liked her. I thought she was a strong lead. So it kind of raised the familiar material a few notches for me. It is getting whiter, Ghost, but like kind of less so. I feel like when you see
we talked about it on the last shows. Too many tips today in his face.
Fuck you, Ted. But anyways, back to the movie. Strong lead from her. It's a familiar twists here. You're gonna maybe see some of it coming. But I thought the cast was good. Javier Dalazades, who plays Mateo, the boyfriend. I enjoyed him. It delivers some solid scares for the familiar premise. I thought the slit mouth, the woman, was pretty cool. I thought that I cared about this lady, so it kept me invested in it. I thought the mom was really funny. Like, I was kind of hoping, because they're going to the hobby. Mateo's dad's just had his funeral, and I thought the mom was hilarious, and I thought she was gonna feature in the episode more, because the dad was like cheating on her, and she just kind of like chucks the ashes. I thought that was pretty funny. But once the shit hits the fan, I thought this was just a breezy, fun B movie. Honestly, like,
maybe it was my placement when I watched it. I just wasn't into it.
Mm-hmm.
But Ben Grimm says, I tried to watch it last night and cut it off halfway through. Just wasn't into it. So maybe it wasn't just me.
It is familiar. I mean, I guess, again, maybe I'm getting past that, like, Tubi expectations low, so I can be easily surprised. But I enjoy
expectations low is good, because then you get surprised when it's higher.
There was some stupidity. I thought the tarot card kill, I was like, I don't know. Could you get a tarot card that deep in somebody's skull, even if you're
find out again? Maybe they will Friday too.
But there's some fun mayhem towards the end. Seeing certain characters get their comeuppance. I don't have a lot to say about this one. I enjoyed it. It went by fast enough. It was something. All right, so fantastic lead. I want to see her in more stuff. Familiar story. I'm gonna have to average it out at a 2.5. But you know what? Solid one-time watch. Not tarot ghost, but there is a tarot card kill. This is the Tubi original. Yeah. This never happened. Yes. Tarot will be next week, though, right?
Yes.
Yeah, fuck. I got that book tomorrow. So what say you, Tad?
I'm a 2.5 on this one. I'm right in the middle. It's 2.5 out of 5 average for me.
Yeah. So who knows?
All right. Kruger, wake up. Time for your favorite show.
Oh, great.
Well, have you turned the frown upside down at this point? Because this is Chucky season 3, episode 7. There will be blood. We've only got one more after this. So
thank God.
Did Brad Dourif?
Spoiler warning. Spoiler warning.
We will talk spoilers. There we go. Yeah, we're doing a quick one.
If you still care about this.
I hate seeing old Brad Dourif.
Oh, is it like seeing old Lloyd Kaufman for me?
Well, no, it's just like fucking.
You should be young.
It makes no sense.
I worked that out in my head while I was watching. I was kind of baked. So my thought process that I got annoyed at first, but then I was like, well, I guess if he's in heaven, his body, he could have aged in his. I don't know.
Nah, man, that shit's dumb as fuck.
Why am I an old piece of shit?
Then by that logic, should he just be Chucky in heaven? Because that was his body, really?
I would have preferred that.
Yeah.
Rather than see his old ass on fucking screen. Like, no offense to Brad Dourif, but like it just makes no sense.
No offense, you're just too old to look at anymore.
I'm okay though, because it's like, we had old men force ghosts when I was a kid. We didn't have young
Fiona needs to take him out back and just put him out of his misery.
No, I'm not saying that, but like just
you better not Hannibal Brad.
Yeah. But no, just seeing
I'm just an old piece of shit.
Just seeing them all old and fucking, decrepit on fucking screen wasn't fun for me. I don't like I didn't like the whole fucking him talking to Chucky, who's Dembala. Like you couldn't have just like CGI'd a cool demon or something instead. I don't know. I just that whole scene rubbed me the wrong way. I still am just sick of these fucking characters. I like being back in the prison with Jennifer Tilly. That's like probably the only thing I've really, really enjoyed about this season. But you know, now she's fucking dead, so there's that. I'm sure. Well, I'm sure she's gonna come back. Nobody's fucking dead, really. Apparently, because now they Star Wars'd it.
What does that mean? I need the Star Wars rep.
So like, you know how apparently like all the Jedi and stuff, like, you know, they're not really dead because their spirits are still floating around. So that's essentially what the fuck they're doing in this.
Isn't that just religion?
I mean, I guess, but I don't know. I'm not into this season. Also, there wasn't a kill or anything that got me super hyped like it did in the last episode. Like at least the last episode had a couple of really good kills. This really didn't have anything for me. I'm ready for the season to be over. And I mean, at this point, give me Chucky in space with a new cast for season 4. That's the only fucking thing I think can save the series for me. Is like
any announcement on season 4 yet?
No.
Here's the twist, though, Kruger. Twist: Devin Sawa plays every role in
no more fucking Devin Sawa. I'm so sick. Like, I like him as an actor, but Jesus Christ, dude, it's the fucking joke that's just been beaten to death.
He's got like 5 more years and he's gonna be too fucking old to look at. Just Fiona, take him out too. Take him out back and just end it. No, this I am just worn out on this at this point. I mean, I keep saying it. It's good to see certain actors. I love Jennifer Tilly. I love Fiona Dourif. Still not enough focus on them. I think they made a mistake chopping off all of Fiona Dourif's limbs.
Wait, you were the one trying to talk me out of like, oh no, they could still do plenty with her when I was saying that killed her character. You were the one arguing me out of that.
I mean, at this point, this show's so fucking wacky, they can just give her robotic enhancements.
Didn't they already do that? She's got
no, I'm talking like a cyborg.
Oh,
like,
you want to
go fucking nuts because you're already there. I mean,
I got
Abe Lincoln.
I know, I got it.
Show now. It's like
good guy invents their own fucking like replacement limbs. Done. You got a whole fucking movie there with she's got the good guy body parts.
These kids, every time they're on screen now, I'm just like, I mean, I'm just done. I've been done, but I'm done now.
They didn't bother me this week. Nothing about this week. So I was just like, okay, I want to see what's going on. Nothing about this week bothered me. And like you guys, I don't know. I just don't get that annoyed.
I'm at a point where is a good kill here and there worth sitting through an hour episode? Not for me. It really isn't. I'm almost hoping that they just end it in a way that if this is it, season 3, you've told a complete story. That's it for these characters. I don't know how they're gonna turn it all around in a season finale, but who knows? Maybe it'll be just pure gold and we can leave off. But god damn if I don't care about anybody in this show at this point. That's just where I'm at. Sorry.
Yeah.
Is there anybody like out there that's watching this that is just really fucking loving it? Please let me know because maybe I'm being too harsh.
I'd like to hear your opinion because I mean I loved the first season and then the second season kind of started to take a little bit of a dip and now I'm at a point where I'm not having fun at all anymore.
The everything in the kitchen sink approach just hasn't been working. You know, like I say something like Abraham Lincoln's in the episode. Somebody's like, that sounds awesome. And I was like, not really. Like, watch it. And
yeah, Abraham Chucky.
Yeah, it's just like, I mean, I don't know.
I like seeing Chucky. It's just out there. I like weird. If you haven't discovered yet, like I don't.
I like weird.
If I wanted to live in reality, I'd live my own life. I don't. I'd rather, yeah. So I don't mind if fucking something's a little weird, something's a little off. Doesn't make sense. Because you know what? I don't give a fuck. Entertain me.
Yeah, this is not doing that for me. But we'll see where they go with it. I still wish we could have like just a dream thing. Like it was all a dream. Just Roseanne this fucking shit.
I hope they do the fucking St. Elsewhere. And it's Chucky with his fucking snow globe, and he's the autistic kid now. Done.
Yeah. Well,
or you know what? Fuck it. We can do the new hard ending again. Just have him wake up with fucking.
Do Curse.
But you know what?
Pick up where
everyone will hate that. You know how mad people are going to be. You know, you can fantasy book it all you want because it's never going to happen. Because he keeps all of his goddamn continuity. Be damned.
I've put that over before. I love that from the first movie to season 3 of this fucking show that we still have continuity. But I don't know. I wish Curse of Chucky pick up where that left off, or even Cult. You know what? After Cult, you can still make that work. And just pick up from there and think more Bride of Chucky, less Seed of Chucky. You can have some fun.
Okay, if we're just going to do that, if you just want to continue off, just continue off of Bride. Just do it the way everyone else does. Ignore the sequels.
If you get a movie, I can see that happen. I don't see another movie happening now with.
Isn't that already like what he's working on next?
I haven't heard that. I mean, working on it as in writing it. I don't think anything's greenlit. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think anything's official.
I don't know off the top of my head, but
yeah, it could be a streaming movie at this point, though. Too. I mean,
why would you? Yeah, it's going to be that over theatrical. I mean, that's what they've been doing.
Yeah,
I don't see him go back full theatrical.
Ah, man, with the continuity though,
because you know it would have to be a Blumhouse movie to be back in theaters.
Damn, Daily Ghost, is Dan's beard getting wider? Shit,
it is. I'm racking it.
You old fuck.
It's all okay.
Right.
It's how you feel. It's how you feel.
And you feel like an old fuck too.
That's fine. Maybe you want to Hannibal me, Ted, and then you'll miss.
I've tried. If it hasn't worked, no, I'm kidding.
Damn.
But
yeah, go refer back to the first year that I did the show. We all tried.
He survived it.
I'm still here. Like Jason Voorhees and Chucky, I always come back.
Well, you weren't the one I was worried about. I was worried about losing him.
That's fine. I'll just go. There you go. I will haunt the makers of this shitty show. That'll be like.
You really want to haunt Don Mancini? You're gonna have to see some fucked up shit. I'm not saying ditty parties, but I'm saying
it's gonna look like baby reindeer.
Right? Yeah, there you go.
I will haunt Jennifer Tilly.
No,
she didn't make the show, Dan.
Yeah, that's my job.
Well, that might just be.
You're going to be seeing some John Waters parties. And if you think them eating shit in the movies was bad.
I still remember getting a hold of Pink Flamingos, and because it was a movie you weren't supposed to watch, and just thinking like,
I've still never seen
I'm
it.
Good. I don't think it was much for you.
That's not even the one that I was like, I
should finish though. I grew to appreciate it later, but
remember fucking doll syndrome, you motherfucker. Todd sent me doll syndrome. Jesus fucking Christ!
I was brought that up. It was that, but it was that in Cat Sick Blues.
No. It was that and Devil's Weekend. Devil's Weekend was awesome.
Those were the first two. Yes,
but fucking, I mean, I
said it to you, and I was like, oh well, I told her it was going to be extreme.
dude, fucking, Jesus Christ, fisting, fucking nutting on a fucking window in the first like 2 seconds.
That's when I was like, fuck, Kruger's gonna. Okay, we'll see.
I liked it, but Jesus Christ, that movie's fucked.
No.
Yeah, it took me several years to get back to John Waters because I was like,
and then you hit female trouble and you see the cock in your mouth. You're like, that's yeah. I don't want to see Divine blowing anyway.
No.
I forget which one that is, but I remember that being
that. Maybe Divine pops up in Chucky Heaven. now.
You know what? If Divine was around, 100% would be in this universe. 100%.
How the hell has, I mean, with the tone of this show, that they haven't just cast somebody to play Divine? We've had the Bound episode where everybody from Bound is in it. Like, how have we not done that? Because this is total.
I just don't think you could.
See to Chucky territory.
I think you got to get John Waters to be like, okay, they can. He has to sign off on any Divine performances. You know what would have been good Divine? I was fucking. What's his name? Don't answer the phone.
Oh, Nicholas Worth.
Yes, because and then he basically plays it. He does the Dragon. I believe it's Dragnet.
Yeah, he's in heaven now too, though. Unfortunately,
well, I'm saying would have. That's why.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We're off topic now, right?
So, we're way off topic, but that's
okay.
Fine.
So yeah, we're done with spoilers. So I watched Challengers. Way better than I was expecting, because I was expecting just to be like I
know two people who saw it and said it was a fucking piece of crap. Really? You liked it?
Yeah. I was the story. I didn't know where it was going. I was like into it, but I was also expecting to hate it. I only did it because it timed out perfectly with Alien. But there's an odd scoring thing with it. Like every time they just start playing the score music, and like I expect them, because this is what the music reminds me of, and I'll probably make an edit. I just expect them to like cut away to the crowd and have fucking Jim dancing from American Pie. Because it sounds exactly like the music Nadia makes him dance to when he's in his underwear. So like every time they play it, I'm expecting like a cutaway to see Jim dancing, like just while the music, because the music is so. Yeah, but
does Zendaya get naked? Zendaya get naked, or is it all dude brains?
It's there's not okay. There's no like nudity sex scene stuff. Like you see some brains in like the sauna scene, like it's like just a dude being a dick. He's like, put that shit. Like there's that. And I think there's maybe the random dude dick. There's at least twice, because I was like, you know what? I'm gonna count how many times I got to see fucking dude dick in this movie. And my count.
That's how they kind of advertised it, though. It's just like, see Zendaya get double dicked by two tennis dorks. You know, like.
Yeah, so I'm glad that's not what it was. It was about like I was interested on the sports stuff. So honestly, people who went into looking for fucking Requiem for a Dream didn't get it are not going to like it. I didn't know what I was expecting.
Ass to ass with the tennis racket finale.
Well, that didn't happen.
Oh my god!
But what I discovered, I was like, you know what? I'll
double-handed tennis racket.
Give her 20, 30 years. Let's cast her in the Emmanuel in America remake. Okay. Shot for shot. She's the right. I think that there we go.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine the rack is inside whoever, just two randoms, and then you just see like Jim Cornette come up ass to ass.
Speaking of shit that would make Jim Cornette mad. This weekend, May 5th, on live on streamxpw.com. IWA Mid-South presents Southern Outlaws, and me and Brian Woods are in the main event for the IW Deep South World Heavyweight Championship. And like I said, it will be streaming live on streamxpw.com. I think it's like, what, $17.99?
$17.99 on pay-per-view right now.
Yep. So that will be live Sunday. So make sure, stay tuned for that. I should have tried to get a promo link.
Well, a biblical amount of bloodshed will be seen.
We'll definitely be talking about it. So, and I know we'll talk about it after. So,
and let's play the promo for it real quick before we get out of here.
Let's see.
All right, let me just hold on. And here we go.
There you go. So,
That's
anybody out there
awesome.
know? Does anybody out there know where we got the clips from?
I was
Comment
just
below
thinking
if
that
you
when
know.
you were watching it. Yeah. Let Kruger know if you know.
Yeah.
Main event match. I can't wait to watch.
I don't know, Kruger. It's feeding time.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm ready.
Yes. Be careful. You're going to jinx him. Ryback's going to do a run-in, Todd.
Dude, if that happens, you're going to see me Harley race his ass.
Kruger Ryback would be fun. That would be fun.
Gypsy Joe 2024.
What
Does Hannibal still work?
WWE
Can we
or
book that match? Can we make that match happen somewhere?
What, me versus Gypsy Joe?
No, you
Is
and
he
Hannibal.
still
Does
alive?
he still work?
Oh God.
he still does his
Oh no, I'm gonna have to
Okay.
keep that thing on me.
what WWE or AEW superstar would you like to see Kruger wrestle out there
It's a
across eras?
It's a lame question.
Yeah,
But
I know.
okay.
I want him to wrestle XPW.
You- Well, yes, of course, but
Mega Butcher. I think he owes
No.
one to Black when he's done ducking him. Who else you got? Who else we got there? Another homeless Jimmy.
Yeah, me and Jimmy have never had a one-on-one, so that would
Yeah,
be
you've
cool.
only done
Three-way and a tag match with him.
oh
Two
yeah, I
tag
forgot you haven't. Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, and me and Masada's like the number one match I want right now.
Yeah, that'll be a banger.
Hopefully not Masada when he's on one though.
That is a scary individual.
Yes, he is.
Uh,
That is one gigantic Texan you don't want pissed off at you.
I know.
isn't he saying he's coming back for another match, Sabu? I know that's getting unlikely, but possible. That would be fun.
Yeah, Sabu has been saying that he wants to wrestle one more match. I think it's going to be against RVD though.
Yeah,
I think it'll either be against RVD or it'll be against Joey Janela at like a spring break or something.
Yeah.
I could see Janela wanting to do a no rope barbed wire with him.
That would be, yeah.
Suddenly, I just don't care. I can't get excited about that.
For Joey Janela or Sabu?
Joey Janela. I get excited if it was versus RVD or the opponent I actually get.
I mean,
RVD's the only one that makes sense. Like Janela would be a huge payday. I mean, that's the only reason to do that.
Janela will sell his ass off for him, though. I mean, you know, not the ideal one to go out on, but not Young Bucks.
Yeah, no, dude, we do not want fucking the Young Bucks to retire Sabu.
No, I would rather Ozzy retire Sabu than the Young Bucks. That would just be awful. All right, guys. So on that note, we will see you back here soon. Stay tuned for more Flesh Wound Horror, more SCS content, and be sure to check out the patreon.com/fleshwoundfeatures, and our free Discord, which all that information is in the not the comments, the description. There you go. So join up. And on that note, come again hard and often.
I know. This is what happens. I've done too much After Dark with him, and he does this shit on the main shows. Good evening. Shut up, Dan. Good evening.
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
Yeah, I can't find the goddamn man. There it is.